All right, so we are ending our day. I'm at Lucali, and I don't know how many pizza places I'm doing in New York, high-end pizza places. So this is the last one. Tomorrow I'm taking off, going to New Haven, trying their place. But it's been a good time in New York. Like I said, I've been kind of disappointed in the pizza as it relates to Italian pizzas. A lot of New York pizza just seems like kind of mediocre Italian pizza, trying too hard, but not quite getting there. All right, let's do this, man. I hope you guys appreciate what I'm going through. It's like 40 degrees out here in Brooklyn, and I have been waiting around for this pizza for a long time. Okay, this is what it looks like. Looks like an interesting pie with a whole bunch of basil just kind of thrown in there. So let's tear this up a little bit. Put it on the pizza. Never seen raw basil like this. I'm a little nervous because that was in there for a while. What I mean by that is in Italy, when you have pizzas, they're usually in for like maybe a minute and a half, right? They're cooking for like a minute and a half or something like that. This was in the oven for a bit of time. So the oven doesn't burn as hot. It's a coal-fired oven. So I don't know. We'll figure this out. All right, let me open this thing up. Put this on a log here. Ugh. Sorry. All right, this video cut out. I don't know what this phone's doing. Oh, I pray this is good. Okay, this is what this looks like. That's right. You get a better handle on it. I can definitively say the Lucali's is the best of the pizza that I've tried. The thing I like about the impasto first, the dough. This is the first one in New York that hasn't tasted like floured cardboard. Like Di Faro is pretty good, but it has that crunch on it, but the impasto itself didn't really have a lot of flavor to it. It just had some nice olive oil crunch. This actually has some flavor in the dough itself. So it's been matured, interestingly, and it's pretty good. So Italian style is not this kind of crispy, but this is more crispy. This is definitely a New York style pie, but in a good way. This is by far the best one that I have had. Like I said, the impasto is the most interesting. This basil thing is a little annoying though. Raw basil on it doesn't really add the basil flavor that it needs. Mozz is pretty good. I can taste the mozz, but you can't really taste on a lot of the other. The tomatoes are high quality and they're not sweet. You get the other ones and they're just sweet. Salt content is not too high, which is nice. But it also has some salt on it. I've had some of these pizzas that just were not salted at all. So I actually like this pie. I would eat this again. Like I would travel out here to Brooklyn again. I wouldn't travel for any of the other pizzas that I've eaten. And I don't mean that I wouldn't come back to New York for them. I wouldn't travel 2 miles for them, okay? This one, I would come back to Brooklyn to eat this. I don't know that I come back to New York just to eat this sort of thing, but if I find myself here, I'm definitely coming back. By far the best one I've had. Going to New Haven tomorrow, it's gonna be super interesting to see the contrast between New Haven and New York. 7.5 was Di Faro. This is by far better than that. Is this a great pie? No. This is not great pizza. Great pizza, I'm sorry, New Yorkers. That's reserved for Italian stuff. Like, you're in the Italian vein, you've chosen that vein, and if you're gonna play that game, you gotta play by that rating. I'm not gonna give you that, but yeah, I'm gonna give this like a 7, 8. 8 is a great pizza. Great pizzas, you just don't have them, man. So you're getting close to it, but you want great pizzas, go over to Italy and eat the real thing. That said, this is by far the best pizza I've had in New York, and well, it's just 0.3 better than Di Faro. That's deceptive. I have to say that is deceptive. It is a much better pie. Now it's a different style, right? Because what I didn't do at Di Faro is I didn't give a score to the round pie. The round pie of Di Faro would have been in like the 6s. Okay, this is like a 7, 8. Their square pizza was more of a sfincione, more of a kind of thicker Sicilian type pizza, and that was a 7.5. So different genre, but this one is 7.8. By far the best in New York that I've had. And I'm gonna stop rambling here, and I'm gonna move on before somebody comes to this property. It's just, I'm in a little construction area, and kicks me out or has me arrested or something like that. So, okay, I'm done for the night. See ya. Okay, I'm back from Brooklyn. I've been on the subway a lot today, and I've also walked around this city a ton. I think I'm at like 35,000 steps so far. So I've had some more time to think about my experience at Lucali, and I realize this is a long review. I get that, and I apologize. So I've had some time to think through how I should score this. Now, 7.8 is what I gave it in comparison to Italian pizza, including that genre in it, because I think it's close enough to that. I'm not gonna change that score, okay? What I am gonna do, however, is compare Lucali with American pizza in general that I've eaten and the other New York pizzas that I have eaten on this trip. And I've eaten some really highly rated New York pizzas. So this is not like junk comparisons, right? This is comparisons to the top here in New York. And then just in general with American pizza. And if I do that, then the score is gonna go up. And part of this is, I just been thinking about that pie. It was a really good pie, and I want to go back and eat it again. So I'm realizing that I gave it short shrift, okay? So in comparison to American pizzas and New York pizza, it's a 9.4. Like it is in that genre, just restricting it to that genre, really, really phenomenally good, okay? Best pizza I have had in the United States, bar none. Bar none, including American style, more Italian style, the whole deep dish, like run of the gamut is by far Lucali, the best pizza I've had in the United States. 9.4 in that. Still give it a 7.8 if we include Italian pizza, because Italian pizza is just phenomenally better, but 9.4 compared to American pizzas. All right, there we go. That's the definitive score. All right, I'm going to bed.